What's good, YouTube? Quasar here. Today I just picked up Master of Pendulum structure deck. So let's get right into cracking this thing open. There are a lot of amazing cards in this deck, so it's definitely worth picking one up. Or even if you have 30 bucks, pick up 3 of these and just put a deck together. I actually did that, and later on in this video I will show you a complete deck list of 3 decks put together as one to make it as strong as possible. Okay, so we also have the very cool looking playmat, although it is paper, but it does look pretty sweet, I must say. Also a copy of the rule book. Alright, let's open this thing up. Isn't there... Nah, you know what? I'll just start ripping, why not? I'll put some of the better cards off to the side. I mean, right now we get Odd Eyes Meteor Burst and Odd Eyes Absolute. Those two are actually amazing cards. Also, Noble Dragon and Oath Dragon are the super rares. Those two are also pretty good. I mean, Noble Dragon allows you to go into Meteor Burst. Oath Dragon's really good for recycling. And of course, Wisdom Eye. Wisdom Eye is probably worth just the deck itself because of its pendulum effect. Absolutely ridiculous. Dragon Pulse and Dragon Pit Magician are also a great pair of pendulum monsters. They work very well together. Deformed Pal Skull Crobat Joker is actually extremely amazing. You get to summon it and just search whatever you want, so that's really good. We also got the Dynamic Duo, Stargazer and Time Gazer. Those were actually released in 2014 in their own starter deck. Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon's also another really good card. So we have Silver Claw, Salute Tiger, Trump Witch, Metaphys Armed Dragon, Chaos Hunter. Chaos Hunter is pretty good. Dual Mode Beast, okay. Lila's pretty good. Fencing Fire, Nari Fire, Nefarious Archfiend, Eater of Nefariousness, Gigabyte. Goblinberg's pretty good too. Arabellum, Magna Draco, and Recover, so that's the monsters you get in here. Sky Iris is a pretty good field spell. You get to destroy one of your own cards and then add a Odd Eyes card, not just the monster, but it'll be even better if you do play the Odd Eyes Fusion over the regular polymerization that you get in this deck. Also, once Odd Eyes Gravity Dragon comes out and Odd Eyes Advent, that will help you search out those cards as well, so that'll make it even that much better. Again, Pendulum Call, just so good. You get insane consistency just with this card. You get the exact 2 Magician Pendulum monsters that you need. Again, worth it just for this card. Wisdom Eye, Pendulum Shift, Pendulum Rising. Sacred Swords is a pretty good card too. Summoner's Art's pretty good. Another reprint of MST. Scapegoat. Forbidden Dress is actually a pretty good card too. You get polymerization. Terraforming. Pendulum Back. Powerful Rebirth. Trap Tricks Trap Hole's a pretty good card too. Same with Torrential Tribute. Too bad it's only at 1, but it's a good card nonetheless. Radar Epidemic Virus. And lastly, Rune Eyes for your fusion. A lot of people are complaining they don't get Beast Eyes. I mean, yeah, it would be cool, but I do like Rune Eyes. I think Rune Eyes is still like a really good fusion monster, and it's now it's really cheap, but I mean, these two cards are gonna be extremely amazing. Some of the other noteworthy ones were, of course, you get Odd Eyes Pendulum, you get Skull Crobat Joker, Dragon Pit, Dragon Pulse are pretty good. Oath Dragon and Wisdom Eye are also like really good cards. So, Sacred Swords is good. Summoner's Art's even pretty good for the normals. Pendulum Call, absolutely amazing. Like, I think if you want to just pick this up, just because you're getting Wisdom, Pendulum Call, and you get, where is it? Skull Crobat. Like, just those 3 cards alone make up the deck. So definitely want to be picking up 3 of these and putting together a deck list. Stay tuned. I will show you that momentarily. Alright guys, so I've put 3 of the Master of Pendulum structure decks together to come up with the best and most competitive variant of just those 3 decks. So simply for the extra deck, we're just playing the 3 copies of everything. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Okay, so we're playing 3 copies of Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon. He will be very helpful searching out a lot of your other Pendulum monsters. 3 copies of Skull Crobat Joker, because again, he searches pretty much anything. Wisdom Eye is extremely good for placing another magician into your Pendulum Zone. Play 2 copies of Oath Dragon to recycle, and 1 copy of Noble Dragon. She's pretty good with recycling herself as well for synchro summoning. 3 copies of Dragon Pit for removal of back row, and 2 copies of Dragon Pulse for monster removal. 1 copy of Stargazer, 1 copy of Time Gazer, and lastly for monsters, 2 copies of Nefarious Archfiend. So that'll pretty much do it for your monsters. If I can just get these together. Alright. Moving on, we play 3 copies of Sky Iris. Field spell, basically, right now it gets you to Odd Eyes quickly. 3 copies of Pendulum Call, extremely good for consistency. 2 copies of Sacred Sword. There aren't that many targets, but it is really good to help you draw into your other cards that you need. 2 copies of Forbidden Dress for protection. 2 copies of Polymerization. I mean, you do play 3, but I think you really only need 2 of them in the main deck. 1 copy of Terraforming, again, just to get to your field spell quickly. 3 copies of Mystical Space Typhoon. That'll round up the spell lineup. Thing is, when it's not in sleeves, they're kind of difficult to work with. And for traps, we play 1 copy of Trap Tricks Trap Hole Nightmare, 1 copy of Torrential Tribute, and 1 Eradicator Epidemic Virus, and that will round up the main deck. So if you were to buy 3 decks, $30, you can come up with a deck just like this, and it's already going to be pretty competitive. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
Your move, your move, your move, your move.